In today's video, we discuss how the FDA regulates dietary supplement claims. Many of our clients have asked us whether their product can be sold as a dietary supplement or it could be classified by the FDA as a drug. If it's a drug, then the company has to file a new drug application, which is very costly and could take years. This means the company has to be clear in its marketing and have its marketing reviewed by an FDA attorney to help ensure that the FDA does not determine that the product is really a drug. I'm Michael H. Cohen, founding attorney at Cohen Healthcare Law Group. We've advised over 1,000 healthcare and FDA clients on healthcare industry legal issues, including many companies with medical devices, dietary supplements, cosmetics, and OTC drugs. Today, I'm going to explain FDA regulatory classification. What does that mean? When you bring a health and wellness product to market, the FDA will classify your product as a prescription drug, over-the-counter OTC drug, food additive, dietary supplement, cosmetic, medical device, biologic, or radiation-emitting device. For example, you might think you're marketing consumer product for general wellness, but the FDA might consider it a device. One company came to us already with millions of dollars in revenues for a product they marketed as a dietary supplement, but they never considered the fact that they sold the patch that goes on the skin, which meant the product probably was considered a drug. Another had a lotion that promised to remove warts. Again, the FDA saw that as a drug. By the end of this video, you'll have a good sense as to whether you're marketing your product illegally or in ways that could get you in FDA hot water. When companies with healthcare products ask us for help with labeling, they really need advice on several different things. First, there's the label itself, which goes on the box or bottle or both. The FDA has highly technical rules governing what goes on the label. For dietary supplements, many of these rules are laid out in 21 CFR 101.36. CFR stands for the Code of Federal Regulations. 21 is the volume number, and 101.36 is the number of the regulation. That in itself tells you that there are shelves and shelves of these legal rules, or if you think digitally, lots and lots and lots of URLs. At any rate, reviewing the label for compliance with these kinds of regulations is what we call technical review of the label for compliance with labeling guidelines. The second piece is legal review of the claims. For example, you might say supports the immune system. That's what we call a structure function claim because it describes how the product affects the structure or function of the human body. What's interesting is that you can make a structure function claim for a dietary supplement. In fact, much of the art of FDA legal advice here is determining whether you are making a viable structure function claim or a disease claim, which is prohibited for dietary supplements. If you make a disease claim, also known as a therapeutic claim, for your dietary supplement, then the FDA will classify your product as a drug. The third piece is substantiation. Substantiation means that you must have proof for what you say in your claim by competent and reliable evidence, scientific evidence. As we've said in other videos, this is a high standard of proof. So again, you have 1, technical review of the label itself for compliance, 2, FDA legal review of the claims you make for your product, and 3, some basic legal review at the outset to assess whether you have any red flag substantiation issues. We can get deeper into the weeds on each one of these topics in subsequent videos. For now, we want you to get oriented to the fact that when you ask an FDA lawyer for help with labeling, we're really talking about at least 3 things: technical review of the label, claims review, and substantiation guidance. Thanks for watching. If you still have questions, click on the link below, cohenhealthcarelaw.com/contact, to send us a message or book an appointment. Here's to the success of your healthcare venture. We look forward to speaking with you soon.